Yay, we're live. Hello, everybody, and hello, our beautiful Nick. How are you?
I'm fantastic, Marie. Hello, everybody, as well. Yes, and Jazzy, hello to you. I'm sorry, I do apologise. We do forget about you sometimes, but I know you're always just letting us take the lead, which is lovely too.
Exactly, he does, and he
Mm.
just yells when he wants to have a chat.
Yeah.
He's good at that. So how's everyone going? I know, last week we were sort of talking. There'd been a lot of collective, almost interaction coming in with for everybody, whether it was through dreams, whether it was through thoughts, whatever. So, yeah, let us know how you've been going, how you've been sleeping. If you've got any dreams that you want us to look at, put them in, because honestly, it's always for everyone else as well. So this is why we share here. So who have we got on? Oh, we've got beautiful Marie on, Hindy's on. Hi, gorgeous. We had Tony on earlier. She's trying to make it. So that'll be really nice to see you. And so wow. So I was just telling Nick, I had a really interesting weekend. I went up the Sunshine Coast. It's about a 2.5 hour drive from here. And I saw an amazing naturopath. She's actually European, so they often have quite a different skill set. And she did live blood analysis. So I'd wanted to get this done to see where my body was at with my circulatory system. And so before I went, though, probably about a week before, I was feeling a bit dehydrated. Even though I drink lots of water, I was craving watermelon. I was going, there's something going on. I need something more in my water. It's obviously not getting in. And then literally the day before, a friend was going to come and stay with me, and she said, oh, I'm at my acupuncturist and he does this amazing water, like minerals and things that help absorb it into your body. And she said, do you want me to get you a bottle? She said, it's amazing. It lasts for months and months. I went, absolutely, thank you. So there was my number one thing ticked off the list. And then I just had this hit, because I do doTERRA oils, and I had this hit to buy a bottle of oregano. I'd given mine to someone else, and I went, I need oregano. I don't know why. Ordered oregano. That should be here in a few days. And then when I went in to get my blood analysis done, I'll show you the picture. It's absolutely amazing, isn't it, Nick? It's
Yeah,
absolutely
it is.
incredible. So this is my blood analysis. So it comes up on a big screen. So she takes a pinprick, the blood goes in under the microscope, and then that's connected up to a massive screen. So this is my blood. Now, what she said about it was, she said, it's amazing. She said it's nearly 100%. She said the one thing that she noticed straight up, she said, it's just a little tiny bit slow. Are you dehydrated? And I went, funny, you should ask that. I'd been feeling that even though I drink lots of water, but I've already got a solution in place. And then she said, your red blood cells are so healthy. She said, and see that big white blob there? That's a white blood cell. She said, that is what's so strong. She said, it's unbelievable. And she said, it's in perfect numbers to your red blood cells. So that was all wonderful. And she said, they're not clumping. Photo was taken probably about 10 minutes after we started. She said, they're not clumping at all. Now they're on the slide. They're moved together a bit more. She said I needed a little bit of stimulation with my gallbladder. The strands in there was showing that my liver needed some more, she calls it soap, the gallbladder, like our bile. And so I've just got some bit of greens capsules that I'm taking before food. And she said, the only other thing is your red blood cells, some are slightly bigger than others. That means there's a vitamin B12 deficiency, not a big one. So she just gave me some drops. And she said, but otherwise it's amazing. And it was interesting, because then she said, oh, there's just a couple of little spots that usually say that you've a bit out of balance with a bit of mold or something. And she said, have you had any symptoms? And I had my little toe, you know how you get that little bit of itching between your toes? I went, this is weird. She said, yeah, have you got mold in your house? I said, look, it's an old house. We get lots of sunlight, but I think there is. She said, easy fix, oregano and tea tree oil under your feet and on your palms at night, and then put some through an infuser. And I said, I've got a cat. She went, well, don't use the tea tree oil. Just put lemon in with the oregano through the diffuser. And I went, perfect. That was everything. And then I actually saw some photos of other people. I said, can you show me like some examples of other people and what's going on with the, you know what? And they were completely different. And she explained to me what it all was. And it was just incredible. And it just made me feel so comfortable with the decisions I make in my life. Because she said things like, well, do you drink soft drink? I went, no. Do you do takeaway? No, apart from good Indian food. Do you do, you know, all of these things. And I went, no, we didn't get brought up like that. I grew up in a country town. We just never had it, so I never did it. So and it really comes through. And the other thing she said was, she said, it's like they're glowing. And I said, well, I speak to my body. I actually talk to my body like I'm the god of the body. So I just I say to all my water, plasma and blood, you are so loved. I'm so grateful for you. You do an amazing job. And I do that to all of my organs. And she said, it shows. She said, in these results, that is showing up. So I love this, that it actually, I knew anyway, but it gives me proof that it does work. So maybe just a reminder to everyone, talk to your body like you love it. And I said, I'm always say to my body, oh, you're always so well. And she said, your white blood cells are so strong. So we talk to our body, we reinforce it. And I love that I've now got the proof of this. So there you go. So I don't know if anyone else has ever had that done, or talk to their body, or give love and gratitude, like Emoto said, to water. We can do it to our plasma and blood as well. So there, I'd love to know people's thoughts on that. So we've got Gillian on. Hey guys, so nice to see you all. Yeah, what about you, Nick? Have you ever done anything like that, or?
Oh, as in had my bloods done, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, look, I think I had to do it once, but I'm not a fan of it at all. Like, as in needles and blood, and never. It's almost impossible to get blood out of me. Actually, if it's like, where are your veins, and why can't we get blood out? I've tried too many times.
A finger prick. This was a finger prick.
Oh, well, see, that's okay.
Yeah.
That makes
I think I've had one blood test in my whole life. I just had a check of everything, and that was years ago. Yeah. I won't do it anymore.
Yeah, no, I had one.
I just listen to my body.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Yeah,
that's really interesting you're talking about that, Marie, because somebody posted that Dr. Joe Dispenza's site had a free screening of the source on just over the weekend. So if you're in the States or even Australia, that still counts today, because we're a bit behind if you get onto it now. Absolutely amazing reminder of what you're just saying now, which is everything that we concentrate into our bodies, whether they're thoughts from our heart, wherever, all that fine detail gets taken into our body, and we can actually physically change it. And they've actually got science and data now that's proving it. Absolutely proves it. And they show the bloods of people when they come in for a retreat, and because it's all a controlled group as one, never get that many people in one control group for that length of time. That's why the results were so conclusive. And it just goes to show you, they even had a prayer group where they prayed over or meditated over some samples, like your blood sample and the other blood samples, and those other ones might have had cancer in them or something, and they put them in this room with the incubator, and that they meditated as healers onto it, and the cells of the cancer ones went healthy, started going healthy.
I've actually read a lot about this as well, and I just loved it. And even if someone has a blood transfusion, say if someone had a blood transfusion of my blood, their blood would respond to that and change to the higher frequency. And even so, we can meditate or contemplate and send our love and light to others, even somewhere else in the world, and it will actually help to shift it. So this is what I keep saying to everyone: we are enough. When we walk down the street, when we have this frequency, and we have my intention is always just love and light. Whoever needs whatever from this beautiful energy field, it's theirs. That's it. And I know that we don't even know how much we're helping others without knowing it. Yeah. So
beautiful, isn't it?
It is beautiful. So, and yes, Hindi. Sorry. So Jasper's my skull, my clear quartz crystal skull. He's actually got Jasper through him, and I didn't know that when I first picked him up. He asked me. He said what his name was. He said, "Hello, my name's Jasper," and he just started blabbering to me in the shop, and I went, "Oh my goodness, I think I'm meant to have this one." So the Jasper in him means that he actually connects deep into the cosmos. He sees everything from a much bigger perspective. So he helps me to take my intuition and my visions to a different level. So it's sort of through me, but he enhances them. And he's got he's got a good sense of humor, this boy. And so Jasper's my crystal skull. Okay, just so you know. So yeah, I keep forgetting. So some people, maybe haven't been around for as long. So it's good. I'm glad you asked, which is really cool. So let's have a look and see how everyone's been going. We've got a few people here. We've got, okay.
Hindi says, I had a strange dream several days ago. It felt symbolic or something. I love how that you said that it felt symbolic, because you're tuning in now to yourself, Hindi. I remember when you first came on, I don't know how connected you were to understanding, interpreting your own dreams, but you're sensing that something's right about that dream, that it was there for you. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
That is cool. So, and if you want to share it, you can share it Hindi as well. Just pop it up. That'll be really cool. Oh, so Marie, you've got a bit more sleep. So you're getting more energy. So you slept for 6 nights.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And Marie, let's have a look and see what Marie's been up to.
I've been working on positive thoughts, nerves, veins, etc. Guiding flow of all. My varicose veins are gone. Less back nerve pain. Totally. Marie, well done. I mean,
beautiful.
Focus. It's just focusing, isn't it? That's how we do it.
But it's feeling it too. And this is why I put the heading up today, because I mean, I've just noticed in my life, my synchronicities and everything that just comes to me so quickly when I go, oh, I think I really need this, or I'd like to experience that, or bang, 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 bang. It's just put in my lap. And that's why I said, dreaming in the awake world, do you let yourself daydream? Because Marie, what that is almost is a daydream of feeling and seeing and visualizing how you want them to be back in that original blue template that we are born with. So I love that. That is so awesome. That's really hit the nail on the head. And these days, honestly, the frequency vibration we're in, so quickly things manifest. Everything that came up on that blood for me, it had already been set in motion for me to get the things that I needed. And it's all just coming to me. It's wonderful. So life can be really easy when we have that daydream. So I know a lot of people have said to me, you're a great manifester. How do you do it? And I had to stop and think, because I know I've done this since I was a child. So I remember distinctly, I was probably only about 7, and we used to play this game called Lolly on the Lady. It was a card game, but was done with lollies rather than money when we used to go to birthday parties. So I would just sit and go, oh, okay. Oh, I love lollies. All right. I just know I'm going to do really well. And I would see it and feel it. I used to add something onto it, though, as a child. I was doing, because we were taught to bargain, as children, you be good, you get this. I went, I've been really good today, so I know that's going to happen. I've taken that away now. But that was my initial, when I first remembered, and then that afternoon when we were at that birthday party, I cleaned up. I kept getting the back of spades, the left bow, the right bow. I was getting all of these, and I just had this big pile of lollies in front of me on the table. I absolutely vividly remember that, and I went, wow, this works. And at first I thought it was because I'd been good, and then I realized, no, it's because I visualize it, I feel it as if I've got it. And so that's what I do, and I don't put a price on it. So many people go, oh, but I can't afford that, or it has to be under this. I used to dream of just living on the beach with nothing between me and the ocean, and just, oh, that would be amazing. Imagine just having the sand almost right there, and sure enough, it's happened about 3 times in my life now, and I never put a price on it. Yeah, so
Exactly.
So that's how it is. So, yeah.
I'm all about manifesting or making, and the thing is, you have to be still, and that's where the daydream comes in. That stillness creates a space for the universe to give you, and even more and even better than what you could have imagined how it would be. That's the beauty of it. But you have to find that sweet spot, because that's where growth happens. That's where creation starts, from that still point. And that's, to me, what daydreaming is. You just sit there and you just try to blank out everything. And I always start through that constant meditation process of just going to the heart, but then just tuning in with my senses, just maybe doing 3. What can I hear? What can I see? What can I feel? And then breathing in, breathing out, and then just start. Then eventually all that other stuff just drops away. And then you just are. And then, and this is where I go in waves where I have these creative bursts, and then I retract back again into this silent place. Because if I try to keep pushing, which is what we tend to do, I destroy everything that I'm trying to do, because my mind is getting in the way with filters. So it's good to be in that place of daydream, because it's really where we listen, we start to listen to our intuition, and we get information that
And what
guides.
actions to take.
Yes.
Exactly. But I also noticed I have to let it go.
Yeah.
It'll just be this natural process for me. Oh, that'll be amazing. Oh my goodness, I'd love this. And then I just let it go. And then I'm talking like sometimes some of the things that I actually wanted to experience, I was like a young child or 10, 11, 12, and it didn't happen till I was 30. And then all of a sudden I go, oh my gosh, I remember daydreaming about this exact thing. It was a lot slower back then, but also it had to be right timing for me. So, so just let go of it and just trust that it will come through to you, and divine timing is part of it as well. And it's so it's interesting. So we've got Tanya on as well. Hello, gorgeous. Christine's on. Okay, now where is it? I saw one from Hindi. So Hindi's told us her dream, which is great.
I dreamed I was on a street with some people. There was a bear. It came up to me, but it didn't attack me. Everyone said it would kill me, but it didn't.
Interesting, isn't it? So, so Hindi, you said you were seeing that as symbolism in your comment before. So what does the bear symbolize for you? And this is always the question that I ask myself. Wow, I had a bear in my dream. What does a bear mean to me? So, we can use our beautiful book and look it up when we're first learning, and just to get reminders and a bit of support, but always go in intuitively first. If I see a bear in my mind's eye, or I see a real bear, what do I feel? What does it represent? So, yeah. So what did you get with that, Nick?
Well, we've had the bear come up quite a bit, actually, in dreams. It must be something we all need to tap into. Or I guess all the animals have a certain thing that guides us a bit. But the bear is a very strong, stable creature. And even though it might appear, I find it also quite loving and cuddly. Like, why do we have teddy bears? We have a teddy. I'm looking at one that was given to me, and it's still in my house. And sometimes when I'm just not feeling 100%. I'll just sit in this room and I'll grab it and I'll just hold on to it. And it's like me sending love to myself a little bit.
Yeah.
But it can be like bears hibernate. It depends on where you're at and what part of your life journey you're on, and what that message means to you. Because there's so many things about bears, their traits.
Exactly. And bear, in the book, it does say strength, power. It can be inconsistent emotional energy, sometimes not to be trusted. It can be violent or cuddly, charming or crabby. In the animal magic cards, I'll pop that down so we can see. The word that goes with bear is awakening. So, Hindi, I wonder if there's something within you that's awakening, especially being on a street with some people. Is there some aspects of you that are waking up? Because it didn't kill you. So there could be some change happening for you. And I'm getting like a cosmic awakening as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And not listening to what those other people are saying, external world saying, trusting yourself, which is,
And if those other people are aspects of you, which can often be the case, are there aspects of you that don't trust this awakening or shift that you could be going through or ready to go through? So that's awesome. And I often say you can sit and just ask for that dream and how it felt to come back, and then just ask for an extension of it while you're in that beautiful contemplative state. So that might help you as well. So, yeah. So, and Kimmy's had a dream. Let's pop that up.
So I'd like to share, I had a dream. I was in the city walking and moved a block over, and it became a bad neighbourhood. I go back and see a familiar subway station, but it led nowhere when I went in. Finally, I find the correct station and miss the train by a few seconds. I sit down next to a woman and tell her whoever she was talking to before is not a real friend.
Wow. So I wonder if that might be the whole dream. So that's interesting. And if we take out the important aspects of that, you're in the city and you've moved a block, which is really interesting, because moving is the house is ourselves and our environment and all of that. So if you've moved a block over into a bad neighborhood, is there aspects of you that you are looking at now that you know need to be shifted, changed? Is there patterns? Is there something in the subconscious? Because the subway station, the subway, where is it? It's underground. So I would say this is patterning in your subconscious. And you missed the train by a few seconds. So what's a train? Let's have a look at train. Nick, do you want to say what your feelings of a train are? And I'll look it up for everyone so that we can get an overall.
I mean, I actually personally have a lot of train dreams. Trains are very prevalent for me, but I have a very strong understanding of them over time. But a train is getting me from one place to another. Like, it's trying to move you out of a particular location or a way of being to somewhere else. And also the speed of the train is very significant for me in my dreams. So if you start breaking things down a bit more, like if you're in the dream, you can start asking, give me more detail, like just put that intention out, and it might help you, give you some more clarity about it. But I do love a train. A train is a journey for me, that you're going on a journey and your destination might be known or unknown.
Exactly. And the train in the book is, if it's in the engine, it's tremendous power to accomplish your goals. If a passenger train, you are carrying many people, pulling them along, which may be an unnecessary weight. So what aspects of yourself are you still taking with you that it might be time to let go of? It's really similar actually to Hindi's dream in a way. You know, it's time to let go of some old patterning that could be from lineage, it could be from other lifetimes, it could be just our belief systems that need to shift. So I love that you had the awareness to tell the lady next to you that they're not your friend. So you need, you're almost awakening again, like that bear card. You're awakening to something, and there's a big potential for you to shift and change. As Nick said, taking the train to somewhere from the subconscious. Where's it going to take you? So I would do some conscious contemplating with that dream. And work with it and just say, okay, where do I want to go? I want to go into a place that's really beautiful, comfortable, safe, where I've got a new awareness, a new awakening, more joy, and see what happens. So
it's a reoccurring dream, but without the woman.
Interesting. So again, as Nick said, it's taking you somewhere. So if this is a recurring dream, then there needs to be almost like an aha moment or a facing something.
Do something different in that dream. Try something different, forcing, in a sense, that this dream won't go this way. It's going to go this way now. Like, I'm going to, I don't know, try something new.
Trying to get home in the dream. Yeah, interesting. But try something new. Just be more open. So maybe going home, maybe there's somewhere new for you to go to.
I love that saying, how Yoda says it in, I think it's one of those Star Wars things. There is no try, only do and do not.
Exactly. But interesting. So thanks for sharing that, Kim. And as I said, it feels like there's quite a little bit of synchronicity there with the bear dream that Hindi had as well. So, okay, where are we up to? Let's see. Yeah. So Marie's seeing no fear, just accepting, which is beautiful as well. Okay, so we've got some dreams that got sent in, and I forgot our beautiful Dave from the UK. He sent in a dream the week before, and I forgot. Sorry, Dave. So it's up here now.
You brought up today. Timing was right.
I agree, because it just didn't. I read it all, sent him back an email, and it didn't even come up in my thought process when I looked at all of my emails. I was just weird. So yeah, let's have a look and see. Let me just double check something down here first. Okay, so Dave, this is a comment to start with.
So Dave had a couple of dreams and synchronicities. Nothing strange so far. So I'm going to share a short one. When the cat woke me up in the morning, I could fall back to sleep and still could control it. The dream, yes.
The dream. I love that when you sort of, it's more lucid, which is really cool. So, okay, this is Dave's dream.
So walking on the street, there were big trees to separate pedestrians from vehicles. Flies are landing on my bald head and laying eggs. It annoyed me, so I started to sweep them off with my hand. As I was rolling my hand from back to front, the eggs turned into larvae. When I felt there is no more, I just put my hoodie on.
So Dave's put in a meaning for this, which I love. I love it. So this is the whole point of the dream show, is so that people can start getting a deeper knowing or understanding of what their archetypes are, of what things mean for them. So this is fabulous. So here we go.
In the dream book, flies, there are little things annoying you in life. So far, yes, there always will be. I'm on the path to accept them and transform the negative to the positive. Because the eggs transformed on top of my head, there can be a crown chakra energy change or update. Oh, and putting the hoodie on is protecting myself of some of these little annoying stuff, probably until I am ready to face them. Bravo!
Great decode, Dave. I love it. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. So, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that hoodie being protective for you. And especially when if you've got no hair, like the hair can be a little bit of a protection for us as well. So it's like it's like an exposed, isn't it? If you're bald. But you're right, the crown chakra definitely coming in. And that whole transformation from the flies to the eggs to the larva, that's a whole transformative cycle. So I would say you've already gone through something, and it's like something else could be coming up for you. And like you said, you're just not quite ready, but I feel you've already done it. I'm actually going to pull some cards on that for you.
Good
I
idea.
love that you did that. Yeah. So
I actually feel that everyone is going through an activation and at the moment, and I've noticed it with friends and people in my awareness. Like I have to just say to them, they'll tell me something, and I say out loud to them, you're going through an activation right now, and they agree. And even though they have no understanding of what I mean by that, they instantly go, yes, I must be. So
totally.
Yeah.
I agree with you, and I think it's coming up in all of the dreams. If you look at the synchronicity between the dreams, everyone has them in the way that they're going to get the message. So we all have our own personalized archetypes, but then there's also what they say, the collective archetypes. So yeah. All right, I'm just going to pull a couple of cards for Dave because that one's hot. Let's have a look and see. Oh yeah. So 10 of Swords, Dave. So this means, yes, something's definitely finished. It's like being almost like a belief system or something that hasn't served you has finished. And then you got the Knight of Pentacles. So you're getting a message. There's a message coming into your reality that you will get. And to me, it's very trustworthy. You'll understand it. It's gentle. It's not a huge forced thing. So I would say that you could almost be going into another shift and change. Oh my gosh. As I said that, we got the Tower card. Shift and change, and that's all it is. I love the Tower card because it means in your belief system, which was this, something new is definitely coming in for you. So it's almost like you're going to have a whole different aha moment. You're going to have to, because that's not going to work otherwise. That's what the Tower card does. It makes you. So and 7 of Wands. This is when the individual is actually working to find their own sense of self through action, to say, this is who I am, this is what I need to do to be me. So I feel this is going to give you some more clarity about who you are, and you will find the right actions to do that. Wow. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? So,
keep us posted. I'm actually feeling there's something about work as well there. I've got to say, and then you said that, as I was thinking about it, you said the word working towards or something in that explanation. Yep. So
funny, because now the 8 of Pentacles has come up, and this is absolutely working on something in your reality. Yeah, you've done a lot of work, but there's just a few more to go. Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, and Dave said he's going to Japan in August. So
yeah, I wonder when that was. Great.
We can hit Australia, and we can meet you face to face. Love it. So that's a great dream. Thanks for sharing that, Dave. That's really cool. Sorry, I missed it last week. Okay, so let's just have a look and see what's going on down here. And our beautiful angel Laurie sent in a dream as well. So this is an interesting one. So the first one is just here we go.
Okay, so Angel Laurie has said, Why was this energy vampire in my dream space? I have never dreamt about this entity attached being in my 57 years in this realm. He was so nice and wanted to be close to me. In friendship, he hugged me, and somehow I still knew he was siphoning energy to feed the needs of his attachments. I woke up at exactly 4:25 a.m. realizing to whom was in my dream space. I promptly rebuked. I have to go to the next slide.
Sorry. Yep, I just trying to get a photo up that she sent. Where are we?
Promptly rebuked it in the name of Jesus and called back all my energies. Be careful out there in the astral. The vampires are hungry, and every bright light is drawing them in to try and feed. He wanted to take me out to dinner to be around other friends. Buy things, just your perfect textbook subject of a malignant narcissist being grandiose. Refused his friendship, but he did not stop his antics. Ew.
Okay, so
I'm sending this one to the dream team to analyse. This is what he looked like in the dream picture.
So this is a picture.
Oh,
the charmer. Isn't that fantastic? I love it.
Angel Laurie, a bit of a prophetic dream, I'd say. Yeah.
So that's interesting, and it's interesting, Angel Laurie, because I remember when I was going through what I call my astral stage, and for me, it was when I was about 37, 38, not that long ago, and but it lasted for probably a good year. I really felt it, and I did a lot of mirror work, and I could actually see myself in the astral plane through mirror work, and I could see the beings and entities, and I think if we tap into that when we're going to sleep or whatever, then we can have these experiences definitely with different beings and what they represent. I also found that some of it really helped me because it made me see what was going on within me or what I needed to learn to be stronger with. So maybe for you, it's actually, I feel it might be giving you a little bit of an insight into seeing patterns that are around you. And if they're around you, then what's going on in you? So, because it's so subconscious sometimes. So I learned a lot through actually being in that astral field. And every time before I go to sleep, as I was going to sleep, I'd have conversations I could hear as if I was listening into someone's phone calls, like physically. So, and I really understood that this is the astral plane. So I had to get myself above and beyond that, but I had to go through the experiences of it first to really get it. And now I can't remember the last time I actually was tapped into the astral plane on that level. I now just go straight to sleep, bang, higher realms. So, sometimes it's a part of our journey. So, so I feel I would check my solar plexus center, like your feeling vortex center before you go to bed, and just cut any cords or hooks that are coming from your etheric field and from your power center. And then I just turn it down like a tap. I just turn it down. So it's not fully closed, but just down. And then I pop white light through. Okay. So that might help you to feel a little bit stronger as well at night in your dream space, in that astral plane. I'm going to pull some cards for you on that as well. Nick, any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm straight into the inner strength thing. I can only talk from personal experience. I've had one when I was quite young where I felt there was something trying to come in, but I just went, no. But I can be a very strong-willed person, so I think they just stay away from me, any of that negative stuff, because I have an aura that pushes it away or it protects me naturally. So I don't have those experiences personally, but I would say it's definitely something to do with what you're going through.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and Temperance card has come up. I love this. So this Temperance is all about patience, and there is change coming. It's being done in a way, though, for you where it's actually keeping your emotions, helping to keep your emotions steady, so it's not as traumatic. So I love it when the Temperance card comes up. So you're being guided, I'm feeling. You're being actually guided by your higher self, by your divine wisdom. So just look at this as a message as to oh, what is that showing me? What can I actually take from this, rather than being scared of the vampire thing? What can I do to help myself to be a little bit stronger? The hermit. I would say that go in and contemplate this, go in and meditate on this, and just know that that energy or whatever it is you were experiencing is there to help you to see something deep within yourself. So shine a light on what it is. And, yeah, and it's so fascinating, once you're through the astral plane, and it can take a little while, yeah, you'll really feel the difference and notice the difference. So, but the Knight of Wands has come up now. To me, this is when there is a message coming, but it's usually around action. But you've got to trust your intuition, because sometimes it might not be what's best for you. So I feel this is about you really trusting your intuition, Angel Laurie. Strength. There you go. So you trust your own strength, build that strength through. Do an intention before you go to sleep at night, and do white lighting, clear your etheric field, cut those cords, and just turn down that filling vortex a little bit. So that's brilliant. So yeah. So
yeah, I always think of myself as a strong building, like a really strong, and it's always white. And if I'm feeling anything that comes in that just doesn't feel right, and I get it before it actually turns into a vision, it's just that I put that building in there. I just get the building really strong, which is no, that's not. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in your drama or your conversations about taking me here and there. I've got something else I'm planning on. It's brilliant.
yeah.
So yeah, you can play around with things like that.
Yeah, that's really true. So even, if we have been having recurring dreams, like I think it was Hindi or Kim was saying they had recurring dreams, before you go to sleep, have that intention, thank you for the wisdom and the knowing I will get from this dream. And it is now changing to something that will benefit me to shift whatever it is that needs to shift. And just, take your angels in, and then go to sleep with that intention there and see what happens.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
Yeah,
So,
it is, isn't it? Because I had a dream recently about someone well known, and which is very unusual. I haven't had them for a long, long time. And
you mean like a famous person? Sorry, you mean like a famous?
Yeah, not famous, but famous probably in the spiritual community or something. Anyway, and I thought, oh, that's really interesting, because the way that I interpreted it at first was it's about them, and then I thought, no, it's not about them, it's about me, and that's showing me through them as maybe somebody wise or whatever, however I see them, their traits. But then I realized that that was the lesson I had to learn. That we see everything in all of us. Even the person that you brush by down the street, we're in that person, they're in us. So there's some learnings to be had all the time, but it's just like you can't get too involved in all that chatter. You really have to come back into yourself and into your own heart and your own intuition. Otherwise, it just gets too chaotic, like you said, in the astral.
Yeah, the astral can be very chaotic. Yeah. So, no, it's so true. So Marie shared something with us.
Remember loving to fly really young, made me happy. When 17, I was caught, then tossed back and forth between 4 or 5. Wow. Realized not being hurt, had to do really deep breathing to get away and back. Happened 3 times before it stopped. I now think it was warning to stop and protect me.
It's interesting you say that, Marie, because I remember when I read the Thoth book, and it talked about being very mindful of where we go in our flying dreams. So, if we're going into places that are like whatever, I don't have any fear around it, which I know maybe I should, but I don't, because I've done so much reading, and I've been to realms, places, gateways that like most people wouldn't even have heard of. And I used to love flying as well as a child. Loved it. My dream. I flew to London. I flew everywhere. I knew where it was. I went, oh, I'm in London. Oh, look at that. Never been there before. It was amazing. I used to travel everywhere. And you can control it. You really can, exactly like you said. So it's interesting, isn't it, that you got tossed back and forth. Maybe you weren't ready to go there at that stage, you know, maybe there was more for you to learn in the other levels, other realms. And what I'd love, Marie, is for you to actually do a meditation contemplation with this and ask your higher self, what was that about? Show me, was it, you know, and get some answers through your divine wisdom through when you're in that contemplative state. So what do you reckon, Nick?
I totally agree with what you've just said in terms of, especially that's where the daydream comes in. That's where you can reflect back on these dreams are given to you to play out something in your awake reality here. So if you've just got to give some space to it, which means literally daydreaming on them, just letting
daydream on it. Yes.
And you get that insight. You do get it. You get better at it. Like, sometimes it only takes the thought of going back to that dream and bang, it's there. And you go, oh, okay, now I get it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I mean, I used to have flying dreams all the time, and I don't so much now, probably because we've already shifted into whole other frequencies and realms anyway within our awake reality, whatever you want to call that. So yeah, look, 6 of Cups has come up for you, which is it's offering you something emotional. Now you can choose to take it or not. So you get to choose, but to me there's it's almost like all your guides and everything are there offering something to you. So I would try again now. I would actually do this now. There's a reason you've brought this up now as well. So yeah, Page of Wands. This is taking a step, actually taking some sort of physical action, but just a small step, because I think it's going to be different to what you used to experience. So something new and learning something new and how to do it in a new way. 9 of Cups. So this is your desires, and you will achieve what you desire, which is beautiful. So there's a reason you've brought it up today. Yeah, beautiful. So yeah, so I love it. And it's so good to know that everyone experiences their dreams so differently, and yet there is similarities as well between them all. So this is where our own archetypes come in and our own experiences come in.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And if we don't get the lesson the first time, it will be reoccurring. And that's why they're reoccurring, because we understand our lives through stories. We like to tell stories. It's our way of communicating with each other. It's just how we do it here. And I guess when you're not here in body and your oversoul is probably sending you a message, they're going, okay, what's the quickest way I can get this whole movie to them, for them to guide them into something, a new way of thinking, being, doing, etc. And that's why it looks so fragmented. It's often like so many weird things all put together, but they do make sense to us. Yeah,
they do. Once we start to really learn what our soul or our higher self, what the messages are, or our deep subconscious, what the messages are.
Yeah, exactly.
So so maybe for all of us through the week, we could actually put in our diaries or put time aside just to sit and daydream and just to feel into what we'd love to experience. Don't put a limitation on it. Don't put a figure on it, a money figure. Don't put, I can't do that on my own. Just experience it fully, and then just let it go and see what happens.
So, as they say, imagine you were just pure light. What would love do? How would it be? And that just takes away all that unnecessary. I guess we can't go the direct route all the time. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having experiences. But it's nice just to ponder what's there at the end. That in terms of the next goal, the next phase that we're moving into. Yeah.
Love it. All right. So Nick, is there anything? Did you pull cards or anything for today? Is there anything you want to bring up? Because I'll do a meditation after that, if that's.
I did pull 2 cards, and the first card, so weird, isn't it? Like on the bottom of the deck, I had a look. It was sitting on the top of my deck, and then I better shuffle. I'll do a shuffle, and the exact same card after shuffling really well came out. So I thought that's a clear message.
And it's an 8, which is abundance and creativity and Listen from the heart. So with our daydreaming, yeah, what is it that comes up from the heart? That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And then I pulled this card out of the Animal Spirit deck, and it's the Chameleon. Act as if.
oh, that's amazing. I know. Pretend you are already it. Oh,
That's
they're
right.
brilliant. They are such confirmation to what
Aren't
we've
they?
been
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah. And I never
So,
know where it's going to end up, like where it will land, but it just feels right, that actually. It really
yeah,
does. You know, and
so
14, 1 and 4, 5
change.
change.
Perfect. Love it. I love it. So, we're getting that absolute confirmation, that we can create whatever it is we really want to
Yeah,
experience. We just have to experience it within ourselves first.
yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
No
Exactly.
limitation. So, all right. Well, I think I'll do a meditation, and I'm just going to divine which chakra wants to come up today. So we shall see what it is that actually comes up today for us all. Oh, that one's really hot. Who are you? What are you? Let me see. Is it you? Yes, it's you. How fascinating. Okay, let's have a look and see. So the card that's come up is flexibility number 9.
Ooh.
I know. So number 9 is all about completion. And I mean, I guess if we're talking about daydreaming and creating, we have to be flexible. We can't go in a straight line. We got to go where the synchronicities take us and trusting our intuition. So flexibility, that's beautiful. And the light through that is beautiful. Let me just have a little look and see. I think this is our navel chakra, which is our creativity as well. So yes, it is. So this is part of our creation, the sacral chakra. So you've called upon this card today to encourage you to invite more flexibility into your world. The nature of life and our experiences are constantly inviting us to find a state of flexibility. When you can surrender to these messages, they will allow and embody a more flexible state of being. This will bring an abundance of ease and grace as you find yourself in the flow. Have you been feeling a little rigid in your thoughts or ideas lately? Maybe even a little stuck in your ways? If so, it's time to practice the art of flexibility. How interesting that we've had people with the recurring dreams and going through the changes and transformations. You may be holding on to something in your life a little too tightly, and now it is time to let go and allow some new energy to flow in. It is easy to get caught up in trivial ideas and thoughts, especially if you have strong belief systems in place in your life. However, at this time, it will be beneficial and very healing to look at some of these outdated ways and beliefs that could be wreaking havoc in your world. Take some time to tune in and see what no longer serves you and take the steps to bring about a little more flexibility. This card could also mean that you are being too rigid with a particular person and that it's time to give them and yourself a little slack. Flexibility is available to you right now. Let it in and allow for a life with a little more ease and grace. And the affirmation is, I am free flowing and flexible. I love this.
Yeah. And before we start our meditation, if this is not confirmation, I always check on the bottom of the deck when I pull the first card and I showed you, and then I pull that card out, have it ready.
Oh my
Stop
goodness.
pushing and striving, which is all about flexibility and being open.
It is. And it's a number 15, which is a 6, which is then being offered something in a different way. So I love that. So your sacral chakra also relates to flexibility, creativity, relationships, desires, karmic patterns, sexuality and sensuality, community, emotional intelligence, pleasure and passion, and fulfillment of desires. So I love that.
Mm.
Awesome. So, all right. So, shall we start? So let's just either sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor or lie down, whatever works for you. And just want you to take a breath in through your nose. And as you breathe out through your mouth, let yourself drop into your body. Just let go of all that tension you've been holding. Gently close your eyes. And now take another breath in. And this time as you breathe out, I want you to take your attention into that beautiful heart space, wherever it is for you in your body, in your being. And we work through the heart because this is when you ideas come in. This is where healing happens through the heart. So see, sense, or feel vibrant white light beginning to birth deep within the heart. And this white light expands through the heart chakra, releasing any pain, anything that's not of love. It continues to flow throughout your whole body until every cell is vibrating with that beautiful white light. It expands into your aura, your energy field, the etheric aspect. Again, dissolving any cords or hooks or ties that no longer serve you, that you lose energy through. Just let them gently dissolve until you find yourself in a place of peace where you're connected into your divine wisdom, your higher self. And now take your attention down into that navel chakra. It sits just above the pubic bone, through the hips. And see, sense, or feel silver light, silver frequency of light spiraling through that chakra. Again, opening and clearing if there's any blockages. And now the frequency of orange flows through and around that chakra and through all the organs that are associated there. Through the sexual organs, through the kidneys, the adrenal glands, supporting, rejuvenating. And a crystal begins to glow, a carnelian crystal, a beautiful deep amber orange color. And it pulsates its energy and frequency through into that navel sacral chakra area. And as all this magic is going on, I want you to just ask an aspect of you. What is something that you've always wanted to experience and it feels like it's been blocked? Ask that beautiful aspect of you to now come to you and to reveal itself, whether it comes as a color, a shape, a being, whatever it is, a feeling, and tune into that. Ask it what it actually wants. And once you've done this, I want you to experience what it would feel like. How would it look? Is there people around you? How does your heart feel when you tune into this desire? And then just thank that beautiful aspect, that real want of an experience for coming up. And just tell it that everything that's perfect in divine timing always comes through. So just let it now release back to where it came from. As you're still feeling all the magic of that carnelian crystal, the beautiful frequency of orange going through. Because we're taking our attention now to our throat chakra, which is associated with that navel chakra. See, sense, or feel a beautiful blue frequency of light flowing through your throat chakra. Because this is where we express what it is we want to create. This is where we express our daydreams. And a beautiful blue and white crystal of sodalite again brings its energy through into that throat chakra to release any blocks that have been stopping us from being able to create our own reality that we wish to experience. This is also where abundance sits too, within that throat chakra. So we can speak our abundance. speak our desires, speak our dreams into the quantum field. So now having both of those chakras activated so that your daydreaming becomes reality, just thank yourself, thank your higher self for being with you on this beautiful journey of creativity, flexibility. And when you're ready, I want you to gently say to yourself, in your mind's eye, I am free-flowing and flexible. My sacral chakra is balanced and aligned, and I am a creative, sensual expression of love that relates to others with ease and grace. And then gently begin to bring yourself back into the here and now, focusing on your breath, grounding into that Earth Star chakra, 6 inches below your feet. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, bringing back that sense of flexibility and peace. Okay, is everyone back with us? Oh, no, I know. Nick was just off in her little world. I love it.
It's a really different one, Marie, and I think there's a lot in that one.
Yeah. So, and our throat chakra and navel chakra, the 2 and 5, definitely work together. This is why I got the hit. I had to go up and actually activate this as well. Because if we can't express it and we can't, even to ourselves, then it's not going to work. So that's all part of this creativity, flexibility, and being able to choose words that might be a little bit different to what we've used in the past with this new flexibility.
Yeah. And I think there's a bit of that carnelian really work because there's a bit of fear that's associated with us. Once we get an idea of what we want to do or where we're going, it's like the fear comes in sometimes to say, no, you can't do that because of, I'm protecting you. And so we have to quickly, realize that it's okay in this world now to speak up and be what we're meant to be. And I think there's a lot of contemplation there for me too.
Good, beautiful.
Yeah.
So and if anyone else wants to sort of pop in the messages, comments, if they experienced anything that that'd be awesome. So, oh my goodness, and so Gillian. Oh, here we go. So Marie's popped something up.
Feeling eager, happy, and smiling. Your bird started with the throat chakra part, didn't it?
And Marie, this morning the crows were going ballistic, and I watched, and I've not heard them like this for a very long time. So I sent them a message. I went, guys, I'm going to start my live show. Can you just keep it down a notch? I know there's something going on, and they actually did. They turned it down a bit, and I don't even notice when they come in now because I'm glad you noticed that. So the throat chakra part, that's so funny. That's amazing.
That helped me ground it in, actually. It helped me to come back out of that state and into something more grounding with the birds singing.
With that noise from the birds.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that, that's brilliant. So, thanks, Marie, because I don't notice that. So this is why I love you guys putting comments in, because I don't hear that. I'm just, I'm in a trance. So.
I experience calm and happiness in my happy place in my head.
Beautiful. That's beautiful, Kim. And that's what creating is about. It's joyful. It's almost sensual. It's got a spark of God, which is almost sexual. So
Thank you, Marie. That was beautiful. And I spoke out something I've never said or fully acknowledged before. Tears flow.
Oh, it's so good. And, this is it. When we give an aspect of ourselves an opportunity that has been hidden, or like Nick was saying, we're too scared to do something about it, just letting it just speak is so powerful. So I'm really glad that helped trigger something for you, Christine. That's awesome. So and interesting, as Gillian said,
2 days ago, I had a dream that someone was doing Reiki off my sacral and solar plexus chakras.
Interesting, isn't it? So that's what I mean. There is no such thing as a mistake. So when I do divinate, whatever it is that's meant to come up for us, there's a reason. It's for all of us, because we're all connected. We all, we're made from that same spark of light. We're just having different experiences, but there's something similar. And if it's happening for us here, then in the collective, it's happening as well. Because remember, there's that reflection. So so that's lovely. That's beautiful. So it was interesting, Gillian. I don't know if you're on last week when we talked about how in Zandy's dream she had the whole red, the whole spectrum of the rainbow colors and the energy going through that. Also, her sacral and solar plexus, and she specifically said it was focused on her liver area. So, isn't it interesting that you also had that experience, which is amazing.
Exactly. And I had it pointed out to me about my liver area the other week when I had a massage. Yeah. It was the same. It was getting that energy back into that area and that whole because I haven't been paying attention to that.
Yes.
That's part of the grounding that we have to do. So very timely.
Yeah, definitely. So, well, guess what? We're at the end. Woohoo! And Jasper didn't even say, I actually even asked him, I said, Jasper, do you want to come in and do it? He went, nope, all good today. So Jasper's fine today. He didn't want to have a chat. He's fine. We've got this. So lovely to see you all. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you want to hit the likes button, then people that maybe are asking questions around dreams or subconscious things might get drawn to here. I don't care how many people are on here. To me, this is my service. This is just giving and gifting, and same with Nick and with all of you. You all do it by just even interacting. But just hit the like button and share it with people you think might benefit from it. So you're very loved, and keep loving your bodies and your water and your plasma and your blood, and tell it how amazing it is. Okay, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow with Elisa. Otherwise, next week with the Dream Show. Bye, everyone.
Bye.